Hello everyone, and welcome back to our project, Seafood Trace. These last weeks have been definitive for us, and have made some really impactful changes based on multiple factors: time, resources, and overall a better understanding of our main goals and scope. This time around, we will be presenting you with some insights into what's coming in the near future, abstraction-wise, as well as the fundamental basis our project has regarding the MVC design pattern. One thing to have in consideration is our first approach, Django. We decided to use the Django framework based on Python because of our familiarity with the language, as well as the previous knowledge some of us had with it. However, we were having some issues in the object department. Python is not an object-oriented language in its core, and if we wanted to follow along with our friend MVC, we had to do something. With this in mind, we made some informed decisions, with one of them being us switching to Java, more specifically the Spring Boot framework. This sudden change of directions wouldn't be without being spoken about by us. Although this change will happen, some advances we have made could be translated, so to speak, which will be helpful for us. First of all, our abstractions. Here we can see the code regarding our models, following the MVC approach we talked about earlier. The whole structure will stay considerably intact after our switch, since everything, from fields to relationships, will still hold the same behavior. However, some obvious adjustments will have to be made in terms of the language being used. It's safe to say the corresponding tables will be created based on these classes, following the SQL queries required to make joins or any kind of action if needed. And next up, we have the controller. Here we have our controller. There are some functions ensuring there is a logging and logout system, which will be helpful to authenticate the users and their clearance. We also have functions to add or remove a product. All of this is reflected on our database, which is running through MySQL. Our controller takes the information from our models, processes that information, and shows it to the user through the views, which are template renders, sometimes preloaded with crucial information. Now, in terms of views, they're not what they're actively working on, although we decided to make some very basic HTML that allows us to see the way our software works. And this information and changes are also displayed in our database. While taking use of Django's full capabilities, the admin page, which helps us interact directly with our models in database without needing the UI. And this is what it looks like. Leveraging Django's out-of-the-box tools, we were able to work directly into the logistics of our software without involving too much UI, which was a time saver for us. In the upcoming weeks, we will be adding the RFID functionality to our program, working in our user interface from the ground up, further improving the way our models interact with each other through the controller, and much more. We're very excited to show you our progress, and cannot wait to keep moving forward. Thank you very much for your time.